Hey guys, my name's Des, and I'm a memeaholic. They said as part of my therapy, I have to stop looking at memes and making meme references, and instead do Magic the Gathering card spoilers. So here it goes, I guess. So first up, we've got Tempting Contract. Don't join a cult. We all knew Silverquill was the bad one. You know, they're the one that keeps getting targeted for recruitment for the quinoa cult or whatever that keeps going after all the mages. But anyway, the card's 4 drop, and it says at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent may create a treasure token. That's fantastic. And then for each opponent who does, you create a treasure token. Okay, so that would be 50-50 where, okay, they get one, you get one, cool, it benefits both of you, and then it's just a drag race, which you guys know I don't like those cards, they're stupid. Your opponent is the one that's in charge of this. So that actually tips it like 60-40. So this benefits your opponent slightly more than you, because if your treasure count is getting out of control, they'll just turn the faucet off and just, no, it does nothing. I don't get one, you don't get one. Now, I know what you're already screaming at your monitor because you're impatient, but Des, if there's 4-player multiplayer and 3 people say yes to this, then you get 3 and they each get 1. Yes, that's how that works. You only need like 1 or 2 of the people to screw over the rest of them and greedily take their treasure and just not care about you, which is actually really bad tactics. So if you exclusively play multiplayer, cool, but I play a lot of one-on-one commanders, so this would be devastatingly stupid in 1v1, and it would be borderline overpowered in multiplayer. So that's my official assessment of that card. Next up, we got Ink Shield. It's a 5-cost instant. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, whoa, create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. That is insane. I wish this was blue-white. My commander deck, which no, I can't share the deck list because, spoiler alert, I never finished the damn deck. It's sitting there with a bunch of filler crap. It's probably about 95 cards because I kept stealing stuff out of it, and I never optimized the deck list. I hastily threw it together, pissed people off with it, and never finished it. But anyway, the commander deck I run is you swing at me, you're going to lose a hand. You're going to die. I'm going to take all your creatures and send them straight to hell if you swing at me. Obviously a multiplayer deck where everybody's too scared to attack me because something bad is going to happen to them. It's just Settle the Wreckage, Aetherize, Aether Spouts, Wall of Essence, Dramatic Rescue. Like the whole deck is just like screwing over attacking creatures. This is insane. You just let everything through, take like 20 damage, and then create 22/1 white inkling or white and black inkling creature tokens with flying, by the way. And then you swing back for 40. This could single-handedly win the game by itself right here. This card is insane. You should run it. Next up, Feign, the Broker, a 3-cost 3/3 legendary creature, human warlock. You can tap him, sack a creature, put 2/1/1 counters on target creature. Nice. That's free. I mean, it's a tap ability, but there's no mana involved. That's actually really good. Then you tap him, remove a counter from a creature you control, create a treasure. Okay, that's a nice use of that. And then tap him, sack an artifact, create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying, and then if you pay 4, untap him. Okay, well, that's broken. That's right up there with Tegrid's stupid ability on the flip side, where you just, untap it, untap it, untap it, untap it, untap it. I mean, 4 is a lot, but like, not really. I mean, once a turn you can do it, so you get 2 activated abilities. I mean, those abilities aren't that good. The fact that you have to sack a creature for the really good one, okay, but like, boy, you could get some stuff done. You could optimize your battlefield with this. So yeah, he's a really good card. But wait, we can improve him. We have the technology. There we go, that's much better. Next up, Cunning Rhetoric. It's a 3-cost enchantment. Whenever an opponent attacks you and or 1 or more planeswalkers you control, exile the top card of that player's library. You may play their card for as long as it remains exiled, and spend mana as though it were any color to cast it. That's always a fun effect. You're never going to get something relevant or useful, but it's fun. Next up, Bold Plagiarist. How dare you? She stole his wolf spell. Anyway, it's a 4-cost vampire rogue with flash. It's a 2/2. All of Silverquill are evil, demon-worshipping warlock vampire cheaters. Just throwing that out there in case you're not convinced that they're literally Slytherin. But yeah, flash, because of course. And whenever an opponent puts 1 or more counters on a creature they control, they put the same number and kind of counters on Bold Plagiarist. So I'd say, ooh, now that counts for all of the cards that say, a lifelink counter, but like there's like 1 set that uses those, so don't count on that in Commander. By the way, it doesn't say may, so if it's -1, giddy up. What I don't get is like, who is the causing trigger or does it care? I think the way it's worded, it doesn't. Like, if you are putting a -1/-1 counter on their creature, this card says whenever an opponent puts one or more counters on a creature they control. So it's like, I mean, it's their creature. Are they physically putting the counters on there because you told them to? Or are you putting the -1/-1 counters on their creature? Now I'm curious. I'd have to look up a ruling for this. Feel free to argue about it in the comments. Somehow that has never come up in the 8-9 years I've been playing Magic. Next up, Author of Shadows. He looks like he should just be arrested right on the spot. Why did they even let these assholes in the college? So 5 cost 3/3 Shade Warlock. When Author of Shadow enters the battlefield, exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. Choose a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled and spend mana as though it were any color. So they're spell thieves as well. Wonderful. What a great bunch of people. Why don't they just burn the whole college down with everybody inside of it? Magically seal the doors with a barrier, throw a Molotov through the window, and be done with Silverquill forever. They are literally like warlocks and vampires and evil people joining a cult to try to destroy the other colleges. Like, Silverquill. Anyway, next up, Incarnation Technique. It's a 5-cost sorcery, demonstrate, great. Then mill 5 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty inherently broken if you build your entire deck around it, which is not a good idea in 99+1 Singleton. Next up, Keen Duelist. It's a 2-cost 2/2 human wizard. At the beginning of your upkeep, you and target opponent each reveal the top card of your library. You each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player, okay? And then you each put the card you revealed into your hand. That is just dumb. That's just stupid. That is idiotic. What the f***? Why would you do this? Why would anybody cast this? Next up, Guardian Archon. It's a 6-cost 5/5 with flying. As it enters battlefield, secretly choose an opponent. It's going to be a real big secret if it's 1 versus 1. And then if you reveal the player you chose as the payment for this activated ability on the Archon, you and target permanent you control each gain protection from the chosen player until end of turn. Activate only once. Yeah, when it's activate only once, they usually track it with a charge counter. That's like how you do that in Magic, so that there's no dispute about did I activate it or did I just think about or threaten to activate it 7 turns ago. I don't remember. Oh, let's check if there's a charge counter on it. Oh, no, doesn't work that way. Oops. Pretty clear that Wizards just doesn't give a crap about standards or, editing, spell checking, game balancing, play testing, doing their jobs, not being an absolute asshole shitlord on Twitter. They don't care about anything, and they don't care about this card being written correctly either. Next up, Scholarship Sponsor. Well, better than the dumbasses who take out a student loan. It's a 3/3 for 4, and whenever this enters battlefield, each player who controls fewer lands than the player who controls the most lands searches their library for a number of basic land cards less than or equal to the difference, puts those cards onto the battlefield, tapped, and shuffles. Yeah, I think there's a card in white that does this for like half. Is it called like Balance or Equalize or something? I know there's one that's like a multi-part too. So I don't know, great if you're playing against literally the green-blue deck, the Fractal deck. But playing catch-up, I mean, and otherwise this guy does nothing. This is not a good card. Way too narrow, way too situational. Next up, Stinging Study. Oh, you try that crap with me, you're going to lose a hand. 5-cost instant, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. That is actually kind of neat, and, for 5, it's probably appropriate. Next up, Promise of Loyalty. I just love that artwork. I assume one of those 5 is Silverquill. It's probably the one in the top, so, yeah, trust a Warlock Vampire to keep up with your Promise of Loyalty. Hashtag burn down Silverquill. It's a 5-cost spell sorcery. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Holy crap. Each of those creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control for as long as it has a vow counter on it. So you blow up every single creature you own and every single creature in play that other players own, except for one, but then they all get a vow counter and all of them can't attack just you or planeswalkers you control. That's not even a vow, that's like blackmail, that's like a threat. I just killed all your friends, you come for me? Something might happen to you too, accidents happen. I kind of do like this as a board wipe though, because then you leave them with one creature that can only attack, not you. That's actually like pretty clever. Oh, the flavor text is, it's us against the world, forever. I'm gonna go listen to Hawthorne Heights. Next up, Nils, Discipline Enforcer, which clearly isn't doing his job. The fact that Silverquill, exists. It's a 2/2 for 3, legendary creature, human cleric. And at the beginning of your end step, for each player, put a 1/1 counter on up to one target creature that player controls. What is with Silverquill benefiting their opponents as much as them? Are they all just idiots? I mean, a lot of them are joining a cult that's run by a demon that's literally attacking the college that they go to. Oh, guys, my new mission in life is to see to it that Silverquill gets destroyed in the lore. Whoever the author of this lore is, okay, the last chapter isn't out yet, okay? I will give you $6.72 if you rewrite the last chapter to have like a meteor smash into Silverquill's stupid college and kill them all. I haven't read any of it yet. Maybe at this point in like chapter 2, whenever they get disbanded. I have no idea. I would as punishment for all of them joining that stupid cult. I assume by the cards and the flavor text that that's what's going on. I haven't, like I said, actually read it. But anyway, yeah, you go handing out counters, great. And then each creature with one or more counters on it can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless his controller pays X, where X is the number of counters on that creature. Totally worth it. This card is a huge deterrent for 3, though. I mean, he's got a target on his back, but that's huge. Next up, Combat Calligrapher, which is my next favorite term after Social Justice Warrior. There may be some crossover there, I'll be honest with you, with their useless English degrees. I mean, Tolarian allegedly has some kind of English degree, I heard, and my God, he can't spell or phrase anything correctly. I vaguely paid attention in 11th grade advanced English and then got a job right out of high school working as one of the top writers for a multi-billion-dollar Californian company. So who wasted their time in college? I'm literally, the only thing I'm using in college right now is my knowledge of Photoshop to make sarcastic thumbnails, but still. So anyway, Berto McClaricare is 3 costs for 4, flying. Inklings Inklings can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Well, that's good because you're the only one with them. Why do I even say these things? I know damn well what the bottom of the card is going to say. Oh, whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player creates a tapped 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying that's attacking that opponent. Bribing an opponent to attack somebody else is very secondary to just threatening them with their life in their battlefield if they attack you, which is, like I said, what my commander deck does. But it's a close second. I mean, it's a valid strategy. I kind of like it. And then they kill him and attack you with an army of Inklings. Silverquill kind of is a bunch of dumb Their dumb ideas backfire, their pacts with demons backfire, their joining of that stupid cult backfire, their I'm going to help out everybody but then backstab them, that backfires. I mean, it's just the college of absolute morons. I'm not a fan of Silverquill, in case you haven't picked up on that yet. So next up, Felicia, Fang of Silverquill. Oh, here we go. This better not be infect counters or I'm going to lose my shit. Okay, so 4 costs 3/2, legendary creature vampire wizard, flying, mentor. What does that do? I forgot. Whenever it attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. Oh yeah, cool effect. Then whenever a non-token creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, create X tapped Inkling tokens, where X is the number of counters it had. So every creature with counters on it gains what I would love to call as a mechanic, explode. I mean, wouldn't that be cool? Or like modular, which I think actually already exists, where it's like, oh, well, you beefed it up with a bunch of upgrades, but then when it dies, it splits into little teeny tiny tokens that then swarm you. I mean, explode, or self-destruct, or detonate. I should stop giving Mark ideas. But yeah, the fact that this grants it to everything, you could like legit make a deck out of this, and make it work with this as your commander, which is, the point. They always have, the official commander, the front card, and then they have like an option that you can flip-flop it with, but usually it's not relevant to the entire deck. It's like, oh, if you want to rebuild half of it, or you can just like straight up trade it away or build another deck with it, and then you kind of get more value out of the deck. They usually do stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, I hate everything about this deck. It's stupid. It's not going to work. It's kind of trolly in multiplayer, but you're just painting a target on your back, and all of it backfires as soon as you lose whatever permanent is propping up your dumb strategies. So 0 out of 10 for this deck. Play the fractal one. You will absolutely run people over. There are far better overall strategies in black-white, and a bunch of flying Inklings ain't gonna make the difference. Not really. So hey, thanks for watching. We only have 1 spoiler posted so far today for the whatever college is left. I think there's another one. So that'll be a lot later. But hey, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys when I get out of rehab.